Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Tracy. Hi, Stephen. Good morning, Tracy. Hi. Hi, Bring. Good morning. All right, guys. I have to be the one to inform you. Hi, Musings. Good health. Good health. How are you feeling? Good health, Concrete Rose. Good health, Saki Love. Good health, Bree. Guys, I hate to be the one to inform you, but polio is back. Now, polio is very debilitating. One of our presidents had polio, and it is crippling at the same time. Who had polio? Roosevelt? I keep picking on Roosevelt. I think it was Roosevelt. Who had polio, guys? Roosevelt? I mean, you can have a full life, but it's just not necessary to get in this day and age. So it is back. And because it's back, and because so many people are still kind of careless, buyer beware. It actually began in 2020. Which is around COVID. The vaccine is being imported from overseas, and it's a, I don't know if it's a slightly different strand, because they said that the ones overseas might be a different strand. Franklin Roosevelt. Thank you, Miss Mom G. Good health, Aries girl. Good health, Miss Shay. Good health, good health. So we're reporting on the vaccine for polio. It's here, and there is one case in New York. However, they are finding the polio in wastewater. So if it's in wastewater, right, then it's in the community. So people may be having vaccine issues and not know it, which is a way they monitor the wastewater, because it's a way to monitor this epidemics that is back to back. I'm telling you. Listen, okay, I don't want to get upset, because I know you all are doing the best you can, right? I get it, and I know this. I just think that I need you to think much more spiritual in your days moving forward. What really, really matters, right? I really want y'all to consider whether or not you need that fancy car. And I really want y'all to consider whether or not you need that home for those who have not gotten a home yet, because a home could keep you stuck when you might have to relocate. I'm sorry to say this, but there's just something going on here, and I don't want you all to think 2019 anymore. I understand there's value in having property. I get it. Not today. Today, the world has changed. So stop thinking 2019. I think if you want to consider having property, you might want to consider elsewhere. And that might mean out of the state. And I'm dead serious. However, so many white Americans and black Americans, actually, so I shouldn't say it that way, have relocated to Mexico, and Mexico's having a whole fit. I don't know if they're having a fit because there's too much gentrification, which I actually don't blame them. Mexico violence, we just looked that up. I actually don't blame them, right? Because I know for Black America, we have gentrification, and it doesn't feel good to us when people come in and gentrify us when no one cared until the others came in, right? So there's a gang violence in northern Mexico cities like Tijuana, which is near the border, isn't it? But it's an uprise in gang violence there. And so many people have relocated from America to Mexico. So I don't know if you can relocate to Mexico. Many people have. I'm just saying moving forward. Yes, Carmen, and that's what's been happening. Mexico's very cheap. The food is very cheap, right? You know, they have all of these street markets, which we love, right? All of us. I love a street market. But that's commonplace for the Mexican community. And then we Americans move in and we realize, oh my God, rent is cheap, food is cheap. And so, like anyone else that's in commerce, you start to raise your prices because the people that are coming over are wealthy. So yeah, you no longer can have rent for $300 to $600. No, you get to have the same place for $1,600 now, which means you're pushing out your own Mexican community. Maybe they don't like it. Maybe they're recognizing it and like, let's just do violence. I'm just saying, like, not everybody likes what America does. I'm not saying that's the reason, because I'm not really looking at the reason why, but I think that might be it. It's like, we're going to scare you into not coming to us. Right? Like, oh, you heard about the Mexican violence. It was never in Tijuana. Tijuana was always, a safe zone, right? The Mexican government is not crazy. You come in. Did we used to come in to get weed? Why was everybody in Tijuana? I know you drink, you party hard. Was it because of free weed too? What? What? You can get a condo for $450 a month in Cozumel? What? What? Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Medical tourism. Ah. Pharmaceuticals are cheap. Ah, I remember now. Yes. Ah, there you go. Mm. Yes, I agree. They have a reason. I'm not saying this is the reason that they're upset. I'm not saying that. But I have been watching the expats leave America and go to Mexico, and them motherfuckers think it's cute to go to a country that, by the way, we said y'all can't come into our country. You see what's happening? No, we don't want Mexicans in our country. Yeah. How do we get to invade their country? Somebody please explain to me. How do we bring our greatness, our whiteness, our blackness? Because there's a big black expat in Mexico. And act like that's cute because 2020 allows us to work remote. How is that? Mm-hmm. Yep. Mexicans are not having it. Them cartels are like, I know exactly how to get these motherfuckers out. Violence. I'm not saying it's okay. I do not invest or condone violence. But you knew Mexico had gangs. What are you doing? Now you can't even buy a fruit without it costing you $100 for one. To be honest with you, the Mexicans don't like you there, Americans. They don't mind the tourism. They don't like you there. I'm sorry to explain this to you. I'm sorry to tell you this. Y'all need to think about this was a mistake. Now, I say that to say polio is now part of a bigger equation, right? Dental care. Oh, is dental care safe? Why, Crystal? Are you going to go to Mexico? You can't go to Mexico. The gangs are like stopping everybody. What difference does it make? Why are you asking? I'm telling you that there's a problem in Mexico. They don't like Americans there. Why would you go under anesthesia and get your teeth taken care of? All right. I definitely feel their pain because here in Florida, not saying that anything in Florida was cheaper than Mexico, but it's so expensive now in Florida because a lot of people have moved here. Oh, hell yeah. When COVID hit, Florida and Texas were the main communities. Yep. There's a whole expat in Arizona, but they got fooled. Because Arizona is beautiful. And them white folks thought they could handle the heat. They find themselves indoors most of the times. It goes up to 118 in Arizona. Even if you're from California, that's hot. And we know hot. Come over here. Come to the Caribbean. If you could do 118 in Arizona, you can come to the Caribbean, child. Because I'm close to the equator. So we get a different type of heat. Listen, our heat doesn't go to 118. But I'm next to the equator. It's a different type of hot. No humidity. That's the only thing that saves us over here. We don't get humidity. But it's hot. It's equator hot. Because we're close to the equator. Also, guess what I found out? Y'all got daylight savings time. And your daylight saving time, y'all stay light till 9 p.m. Not here. Because we're close to the equator. The sun and the moon start trading places at 7. It is dark by 7:30. That's the most disappointing thing I found. I like daylight savings time. I like when it just goes dark at 8:45, finally. Right? Remember, the fireworks don't even start until 9 o'clock because it's got to be completely dark, right? Not here. Not here. 7:30. Boom. Blackness. Because we're near the equator. Who's the tarot detective at the tarot detective? We got it. Oh, the tarot. My parents love living in Mexico. They have lived there for 6 years. They're early expats. They were the smarter ones. I'm talking about the influx of expats, right? Mexico didn't mind the stragglers that came to Mexico. It's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about 2020 COVID expats, where everybody said, let's get the fuck out of here and let's take advantage of Mexico, right? And they're living down there, just living la vida loca. But you're messing with the Mexican people, and the prices are rising. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But your parents were early expats. They didn't mind the early expats. That did help and boost the economy. They're talking about these motherfuckers that are taking advantage of a system where they don't have to go to work anymore, right? They're remote learning, and they think that shit is cute to go to Mexico. I'm talking about those people. Hi, Sonia. Aw, thank you. Tracy, your hair is cute. Thank you, sweetie. That's what I'm trying to say. Please help me. The locals are being asked out of their own market. That's all I'm trying to say. And Mexico, I understand, because they did it in the hood. Nobody cared about the hood. No money ever came into the hood. It was always cheap to live in the hood, right? And then they started coming in. And it's like, you're like this. Emoji. And then the prices start. The complex that I came from, my rent was so cheap. That's why I stayed there for 1,000 years. You don't leave a place that has cheap rent. I stayed there for 1,000 years. COVID hit. I thought the prices were going to go down. That was the one thing that did not become true in any of my psychic readings. I thought prices were going to go down. Nope. They went up. A 1-bedroom was like $1,600. When I left, it was like $1,600. I hope it's not more than that, because it's ridiculous. But what happened was that we built that damn stadium. The stadium. Whatever stadium in Inglewood. Inglewood, you could buy a house for $350,000 before they built the stadium. Before. As they were building the stadium, people were buying out these houses and reselling them for $800,000 in Inglewood. They were knocking on people's doors. Because, you know, your grandma lives in Inglewood, right? Right? You left Inglewood, but your your mama's still there, right? And they would knock on doors and they would just tell them, we'll pay you cash to leave. It's so sad. What was I going to look up? I can't remember. What was I going to look up? Hi, Janelle Speaks. I want to see what all the fuss is about. It's such a beautiful place. Mexico is beautiful. I met with the reagent and saw several places. Murder is not what I expected. Mexico, what's murder? My parents are elderly. They respect over there. They're respected over there. Well, they should be respected. Yeah, I'm not talking about your parents. Let's get something clear. I'm not talking about your parents that moved over there 6 years ago. They moved over for different reasons. Because it's cheaper. I'm talking about, is it the millennials? What age bracket moved over there that think it's cute to go over there and take advantage? That's who I'm talking about. Those are the people I don't like. Merida, Mexico. A lot of Americans relocating there. Where's Merida? I can see locals being irritated by entitled. That's what I'm trying to say. They're Americans are entitled, and you're about to get gun violence, Mr. and Miss Entitled. You're about to get some gun violence. Yes, I was coming on, but I decided to get some spiritual conversations with my God authority. And there are times when, and I want you guys to consider this, there are times when you come first. So the first thing I did was panic. And the second thing I did was make a decision. And I decided I mattered. And so I didn't come on yesterday, and I didn't even have enough time to announce it. I just decided that I was going to sit in the proper space that's required. And the proper space was for my consultation with my God authority. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do, Miss Shay. I'll tell you right now, so far. I'll tell you what I have so far. So far, I have 12:30 open, just in case anybody wants 12:30. And then I have the evening shift open. So yes, I have openings, and this is how you can reach me. Self-care. Self-care. But it was kind of bigger than self-care, because I respect self-care. When I get off the feed with you guys, I go into Zen mode. I put on my frequencies before I start my job, right? My job starts at 11 by design, self-care, right? I'm not starting my job at 8 or 9 I have to be healthy for you. So I can't start that early because it's not healthy for you. That's how I wound up doing Good Morning Tracy, because I have all this morning time. I do it on purpose. Every job I've ever worked at, doing psychic readings, they never started to 11. So I kept that consistent, right? No, actually, I didn't keep that consistent. When I was in California, I started work at 9 because it was 12 o'clock Eastern. So I was being fair to my East Coast people to start my job at 12. But in order to be fair to you guys, I had to start my job at 9, which was fine. Because I have self-care, then I have breaks. I have a big break, which sometimes I do use the break if there's an emergency. But if I'm reading all day and you come to me with an emergency, I don't have no place to put you. So I believe in self-care. I organize self-care. I take naps. And trust and believe, you want me to take a nap, right? Because you don't want an irritated psychic. Nope. No. What was I going to say? All right, that's it. So, there's a lot of violence in Mexico. And the polio. Oh, that's how I started this. So the polio is rising. And I say this as a joke, but I really do mean it. You're going to die. You are. Some of us are going to die from COVID, Duncan disease. You won't die from smallpox. You'll get crippled by polio. You won't die from polio. I don't think so. But I just don't want you guys to keep thinking 2019. I need you guys to consider that the way you're operating for yourself, your significant others, and your children is not working for you. So give up the ghost and live your life freely. Thank you, Vivian. Vivian goes, naps are good for you. I know. Oh, I love those pink flowers. It really just woosahs me. I love the woosah. Or sometimes just sit. Just sit. I love to just sit too. Like, can I tell you guys something? I can go to the airport, domestic flight. Domestic. Airport is like, I like to take early flights out. So let's say I'm there at 8, right? I'll be there at 5:30. And I always get people like Uber, and they're like, what time's your flight? Thinking that they can fuck me over. Don't trust Uber people because there's a back door to the airport. I don't trust none of them motherfuckers. So they go, what time's your flight? And I go, it's like 5:30 in the morning, right? And I go, 8. Oh, 8. Mm-hmm. 8. I tell them, I'm giving you time to get stuck in traffic. I'm giving you time to get lost, even though they can GPS their asses. I don't let nobody fuck me over. I'm not telling the Uber driver my flight is in 45 minutes. For them to start taking different lefts and my ass is late, no, I trust no one. You got to respect evil is always there. Evil is your Uber driver. So I'm not screaming, I'm not yelling, I'm not panicking. I'm calm. What time's your flight? 8. Oh, you like to get there early. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Like, why are you asking me what time my flight is unless you want to fuck with me? Unless you one of those Uber drivers that hates me. You know? You one of them Uber drivers, right? That is like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with her today. No, sweetie. No, I take care of me. No, you don't get to have me screaming and yelling. By the way, I've missed flights, right? Once I was coming from Israel, but I had to get a bagel. Like, nothing's better than a New Jersey, New York bagel. Nothing. I had already decided 12 hours before, because the flight from Israel is 12 hours to Newark. I had already decided on 12 hours ahead of time that I was going to get a bagel in Newark. I knew how much time I had to play with, right? And then I got the bagel, made a beeline for the bagel, and I was traveling with people, but no, if I got to get a bagel, we got to separate. But I didn't tell anybody. I was like, no, I got to get a bagel. Like, fuck you. I don't know these people. I just met them in Jerusalem, and we happen to be on the same plane. So it's like, we're not bonding. We're not, our DNAs aren't together, right? So I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, meet you guys at the gate. I'm going to get my bagel. And then I figured I would wait at the gate and eat my bagel, because I had enough time. Wait at the gate to eat my bagels. I get my bagel, coffee. Nothing tastes better than a coffee made out of New York City dirty water. You don't know coffee. You don't know coffee until it comes out of the sewer of New York City. Okay. I get my bagel, and then I go to the gate. But I'm handicapped when I go to the airport. I'm handicapped, right? So now I've got to wait for the ding-a-ling-a-lings to drive me, like, you know, the bell, ding-a-ling, ding, 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 right? To drive me to my gate. Ain't nobody at the gate. Nobody's at the gate that I thought the gate was at on my paper, right? And the person looks at my paper, and then they have to circle around to go find the board. My gate's totally on the other side. I'm on A. My gate is on D. Now I'm panicking. But I got my bagel, bitch. I got my bagel. Still got my coffee. But I'm panicking. I'm like this with the coffee. The ding-a-ling-a-ling, they're hustling. Out, excuse me, because I think around there, I don't know which airport it was, but they're not allowed. Excuse me. I was dying. Very, very panicked. I love doing stuff like that. Like, seriously? I'm like this. Nuts. The guy, excuse me. Beep, excuse me. I think it was that Newark, and I was like, why don't you just honk the horn? Oh, no, they don't like the horn honking. I think it was Newark. I don't know which airport it was. In any case, we get to the gate. About the thing fast enough. I get up to the gate. The plane is still there. And the bitch goes, it's closed. I said, ma'am, the plane is still there. I've already relocated you. Your flight is in 2 hours. But I got my bagel. Now, I go to the gate, wait 2 hours for the next flight, the whole time crying, drinking my coffee and eating my bagel. All my friends I know they worried about me. My bitch ass wasn't worried about them, right? I know they all worried, like, what happened? The Trickles and Tracy needed a people. How do I explain this to people? Yeah. Oh, you don't know the story of Tracy. Tracy's crazy. Don't travel with Tracy. She's crazy. I'll tell you another time. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but it was just before the COVID, right? I was in Italy. I had been traumatized going to Italy because the guy that I was sitting next to, like, was doing things to himself. It was very traumatizing. It still is. Every time it's on Lufthansa, fuck you, Lufthansa, right? And then I wrote to them. Apparently, shit like this happens on Lufthansa. And then they write me a letter, and they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry for your inconvenience. We'll give you $100 off your next flight." Oh, fuck you. I don't want $100 off my next flight. I'm never gonna fly you again. Okay, I hope you go out of business, right? This is me in my, because I get evil. I'm very zen. I'm very God consciousness. You got it. But I flip. In my human flip. I was like, I hope you go out of business, right? And then I had to sit on the flight attendant seat because I was so traumatized, I couldn't sit back down. And by the time I noticed, everybody was sleeping. So they tried to find somebody to change my seat, but then I really think that they couldn't find anybody to change my seat. What they should have did was lock that motherfucker up someplace else. Whatever. So they put me on the flight attendant seat. Let me tell you something. That bitch is uncomfortable. I spent like 6 hours on the flight attendant seat. So I had started my trip off in Italy so bad. I was so traumatized that I kept sleeping and I was sluggish and I couldn't keep up with my group. I missed 2 days of travel and hanging out with my group because I couldn't do anything but sleep. When I get traumatized, I fall down. I sleep. And it was such a quick trauma that all I could do was fall down. And I tried to keep up, and they're walking, and they're like Tracy's way behind us, but they were like complaining. And I'm like, you son of a bitches, I was traumatized, right? I would be at dinner with them like this. Traumatized. And we're 2 hours out of any medical facility. We're at this mall of like luxury bags and shit. I don't even like that kind of shit. It's rare that I actually have a luxury bag, right? But I do like Coach. So I had no choice. I didn't know anybody. What was I going to say? No, I'll stay behind in Venice while you guys go. I don't know anybody in Venice. My ass is going to get snatched up. This is what I'm thinking, right? Because I think I'm that beautiful that somebody's going to snatch me up, right? So I have to go with my people. We get over to this outlet, all these Coach, all these Louis Vuitton Coach. I don't even know what was there. A food court. My dumbass knows I'm allergic to kiwi. My thought was I'm allergic to kiwi in America. That was my thought, right? There's no way I could be allergic to kiwi in Italy because they don't have the same preservatives. Turns out I'm just allergic to the fucking fruit kiwi. Doesn't matter where it's at. I'm sitting, eating, and then I realize, oh shit. And I go, guys, I think I'm dying. Meanwhile, nobody gives a fuck about me, right? I don't really know these people, right? Nobody really gives a fuck about me, right? They're like, Daddy, they're talking. And I was like, guys, I think I'm dying. Now, I carry an EpiPen with me. If I travel, right now, you don't believe me? I'll show you. I got 2 of them. Hold on. I got 2 EpiPens, right? Let me check this expiration date because they try not to give me this EpiPen. It's another story. I got to tell you how I got the EpiPen. Expiration date. It says refill. Oh, I was entitled to a refill? 2 refills? No. I'm entitled to 2 refills? What's the expiration date, though? Shit. Oh, it's about to expire. Damn it. All right. December 2022. All right. It is what it is. They tried to charge me arm and a leg for that, but I fucked them over. In any case, got it for free. You just have to become a Karen. I told you I know how to be a Karen. And they tried to fuck me over, and I went into Karen mode. And I called the administrator, called the supervisor, called the doctor. I remember why, but I'm not going to talk about it. In any case, I carried my EpiPen back at the hotel when you're supposed to keep it on you. Here I am now dying. Like, my throat is closing. When one of the girls said, I have a liquid pill. And she gave it to me, and I popped it and let the liquid. Funny thing, when you're dying, nothing you taste is bad anymore. I let the liquid go down my throat to attack this. Like, I didn't need it in my bloodstream right away. I needed to get my throat. Then 2-hour ride back, I was afraid I was going to die, but I didn't. Why am I telling you guys this story? Well, EpiPens, it's not that they were on a back order. Do you remember that guy that raised the insulin prices to like $600? You remember that guy? I forgot what his name is. Well, somehow he owned EpiPens too. So EpiPens were priced up to $300 a pen. Right. So, whatever. So this was supposed to be $100, right? And no, at first they said they didn't have any EpiPens. And then they made a mistake with my prescription. The pharmacy made a mistake with my prescription. And the prescription is next to urgent care. So, and I was relocating. So you can't make a mistake with my prescription. Like, I know what I need. I'm relocating. I need everything that I need, right? And the doctor knew that I was going away for a year, right? So I told the doctor, I need this and I need enough refills to get me back, right? But I just told him I was going away to family or whatever, you know, because of the COVID, you can say things like that. And doctors were like, oh, of course. That's why I have 2 refills here. I didn't even know that. In any case, I have 2 refills. Damn. In any case, so they messed up my prescription. It was something about 5 milligrams and 10 milligrams. Something weird. But I pissed a bitch. I pissed a bitch so bad. I know what it was. The pharmacist changed my prescription on her own. And you're not supposed to change my prescription. You can have a consultation with me to let me know this is all that you have. But you can't just change my prescription because she's not a doctor, right? But sometimes when you go in an all-black community, they treat you like dirt. But not everybody is ignorant, and you can't just say any shit to me. I've worked in a hospital as a unit manager. I know rules, right? So they go to give me my prescription, but I always check it when I'm there. And I was like, oh, okay, got this. Okay, got that. What's this? What's this, ma'am? That's your blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm supposed to get X amount of milligrams. Why am I getting this milligram? And it was something like, oh, just take it and cut the pill. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Who's instructing me to take this amount and cut the pill in half? That's not the conversation I had with my doctor. You could see the clerk panic. Like, and then I said, get my doctor out here. Did my doctor get my doctor out here? Because I need to know why he, not realizing it was the pharmacist, why he just changed my prescription. We had a full-on conversation on what X amount of milligrams could help me with. The pharmacist comes out. What's the problem here? What's the fucking problem here? Did you just come out to talk to me like that? You better respect me. Hello, ma'am. And she goes, hello, ma'am. Can I help you? Better. Why am I getting this amount? Oh, I switched it. Oh, you switched it? You a doctor now? Call my doctor, and I want to see your supervisor right now. Oh, I made a scene, and next thing you know, it they didn't have. All she had to do was say that they didn't have the milligrams. They don't carry the milligrams. They only have X amount of size, but you can't switch it. Like, I promise you, you cannot do that with meds. So all she had to do was say, there's a CVS by you. I'll give them a call. They can provide the X amount of milligrams, which is what happened, which is what she was supposed to do. When I got my EpiPen, my package, because I shoved the whole thing back at them, I was like, fix this, right? So when they repackaged it, they said they didn't have the EpiPen in the beginning. They were lying. When I got my package, I looked inside again, because I don't trust no motherfucker. And I was like, I got the EpiPen? Now I'm like, nice. I'm like a 5-year-old, right? I got the EpiPen? And the girl was like, mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I really need the EpiPen. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's me. Oh, Miss Shay, you absolutely cannot do that, Miss Pharmacist. Cannot. Bitch. Don't try me, pharmacist. You will lose your job. You about to lose your job. Tell it again. You about to lose your job. And I love making people lose their job. That's what I do best. Oh, full on Karen. I grew up with them white people. I know exactly how to act. Yep. Yep. Hold my mule at the pharmacy. They not changing my prescription. No, they're not changing my prescription. You're about to lose your job. Say it again. You're about to lose your job. Let me tell you something. I'm an email writer. I'm a director of whatever writer. I will blow. This pharmacist would be mortified once I got done with her. Mortified. I enjoy when people screw me over. I enjoy putting the energy back out there. I have a Scorpio moon. What do you think is going to happen? It's terrible, this Scorpio moon. Yes, you have to advocate for yourself. But remember, I was in practice. Paper trail, email, send. I was already advocating for my sister, who they tried to kill with Benadryl. Every place they went, every place she went, my sister's alive. And I complain about her, but we're identical. She got diagnosed. Sit on that. She got diagnosed. So advocating with her, that this was nothing compared to what I've had to advocate for my sister. Oh, child. It's ridiculous. All right. Polio. That's right, Dory. Thank you. Oh, she tried it. Everybody you come up with isn't ignorant, bitch. You make a mistake. With my black ass. So, guys, it's already August 18th. Did anybody notice that the world slowed down during Leo season? Did anybody notice that? The world slowed down during... See, the universe loves Leos. The sun loves Leos. Did anybody notice it slowed down? And every day was to be enjoyed with Leo season. May, June, July, August, slow. Anybody notice that? We are so blessed, Leos. It slowed down, right, CW? It slowed down. It was weird. I'm like, the other day was the 14th. I'm like, we're just at the 14th? Right now? Is it going slow? We're just at the 18th. I'm loving it. Okay. Look, guys. Look, can you see what my shirt says? Look what my shirt says. Spirit never lies. And then the infinity signal. Do you like it? My cohort. Oh, I did. Okay. Oh, look, the shirt is here. Spirit never lies. It's a NASA Tank Infinite t-shirt, and it comes from Cynthia. Where is it? Oh, maybe it's here? No? Cynthia Anna James. How did I do that, Sylvester? Cynthia Anna. Oh, See that little thing right there with the heart? Sorry about that. Cynthia Anna James from Esty. From Esty. He is an amazing artist. Just amazing. Just so gifted. And he brought me this t-shirt for my birthday. I have many t-shirts that he's created. And it just works well for the community that I live in, right? All of it just works so well. Like just wearing tank tops. But he has backpacks, he has water bottles, he has mugs. He's an amazing, amazing artist. He's working on a project with me right now as we speak. And he loves the fashion community. He loves fashion icons and all that good stuff. So he's about to, he belongs to my group club, and all of my group members are psychic readers, right? What they do with it is why we're in a group. We're in a group for you all to figure out what to do with your spiritual gifts, right? Some people come in a group just to participate in spirituality, but you can't just participate in spirituality because it takes too much explaining. The tarot class lets me break that up over 6 weeks. And in the book club, the tarot class you pay for, this book club is free. Because my most important gift for you is ascension while you're living, right? The brain needs to ascend. The soul needs to ascend while you're living, right? I don't want anybody getting over to the other side and God is like, you made this mistake, you made that mistake, you were selfish, you were inconsiderate, you were crazy, right? No, we're going to identify all of those things that prevent you from being at peace, calm, spiritual, and to see your gifts, to see your gifts, to see your omens, right? That's what the book club is about. To stop operating the way you've normally operated, right? When you get upset about something, you tell the book club, and then we are there for you to remind you. We're not going to operate the same way moving forward. We do readings on each other for free. Although with this group, I haven't been doing too many readings. Right now, we are watching Lovecraft. Boy, this is my second time watching it, and it is palpable. It's a lot to take in, Lovecraft. Y'all got to watch Lovecraft again. There's a lot to take in any case. Why'd I bring that up? Who knows? I'm tired, guys. Is anybody else tired? I'm always tired on Thursdays, right? Because book club can go to 1 o'clock in the morning. And then, once book club is done, I have to wind down. I like alone time, so I have to wind down, and I watch something silly like HGTV for at least 30 minutes. And I just, watch it until I go to sleep. And then I go to bed. Hi, Defofa. Hi, Tracy from Europe. The gossips about Nick Cannon is now worldwide. We think he's out of revenge for having the alphabet, that why having all these kids to prove he needs to stop, period. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was going to talk about that. What's the title of this show, by the way? Yeah, you know what? I have to tell you, though, something. I don't know if there was a need for a second season. I thought somebody was going to pick it up. I still pray that somebody will pick it up. Watch it again. I guarantee there were things that you missed. Guarantee. So make the second time watching it a second season. Turn it into a cult classic, because Lovecraft was good. I learned something last night about anime and the tales, and I didn't understand this part in the episode, but Beautiful Conundrum, who's into anime, explained this thing in Asian culture or Japanese culture about these tales. And I still forgot what it was meant because I get all confused. Whenever I learn something new, I'm like, huh? And then I have to do it again. I'm like, uh-huh. And then I hear it the third time. I'm like, got it. Oh, HBO Max. HBO Max. So good. So good. So, getting back to Nick Cannon. I was going to bring that up today, but I forgot the title of my show. Did I do the title of the show? Hi, Sonia. I have opening, sweetie. What's the title of my show? Because I knew it. I didn't know he was worldwide, but I knew something. So let me just see. The title of my... Damn it. All I put was Good Morning, Tracy. Damn. I meant to put the Queen of Christmas, right? Mariah Carey's dumbass, which, by the way, Mariah, you're one of my favorite people, but you're a dumbass, right? Wants to trademark the Queen of Christmas. Now, fuck out of here with the Queen of Christmas. You know who's the Queen of motherfucking Christmas? Jesus' mother, bitch. That's who's the Queen of Christmas. You better get your life, Mariah Carey. You better don't step in front of Mother Mary. We would not have Christmas if not for the wound of Mary. Don't take that from her, bitch. Don't do it. So, my theory, I was going to do a reading on it. Do you guys want me to do a reading on it? Because I don't know what to do. You can't. Yes, you can. Beautiful _ Oh my God. I have to baby all of yous. All right, fine. I just have to baby you all. I just gotta do what I gotta do. There you go. Beautiful _ conundrum. And then she puts muted beauty. So maybe that's how you can find it, muted beauty. On my way to work. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Sylvester. I talked about you. Sylvester, put up your name. Cynthia Anna James. Because the one that I have is microscopic. This is Sylvester, everyone. The artist that made the t-shirt, that made the banner. Look at this. I showed it this morning, Sylvester. Can you please type in Cynthia Anna James so I can highlight you? Cynthia Anna James. Anna with 2 N's. Good morning, Diana. 97 people. Can you please subscribe, like, and share? Listen, YouTube likes the likes. I like the likes now, too. If YouTube likes it, I love it. But she has some beautiful videos. And talking about Mexico, she has these videos on Tulum, which I'm kind of jealous of. I didn't really want to tell her last night, but I'm kind of jealous. And she went to a very spiritual place, Tulum. I mean, it's such COVID, so I don't know if I'm ever going to get to Tulum. But I'll live through her Instagram account because she did go there. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. The slow hustle. Is it about drugs and violence? Because if it's about drugs and violence, I'm not watching. I'm too spiritual for that bullshit. Is it about drugs and violence, Carmen? I'm not watching it. I am mad about Tulum, that they commercialized it. That's another thing that's been happening. It's all over Mexico. Tulum is amazing. See, you guys know about Tulum. Tulum is beautiful, and the land is owned by Mayans. It totally looks like Mayan culture, right? Hey, so much to tell you guys, but I I gotta be patient in my explanation to you guys. Okay, so you know the Mayans called the COVID. You know the Mayans called the COVID. The Mayans said that the world was going to change in 2012, something like that. I think it was 2012. So we thought that that's what the Mayans said, because people that have been studying the Mayan culture and the Mayan calendar believe that the world was supposed to change in 2012. Turns out the Mayans was working with the Ethiopian calendar. Ethiopian calendar. The world changed in 2021. If we had worked with the Ethiopian calendar, we would have been closer to the date. Oh, hold on. Because we're so egotistical, the Western world, we didn't think to consider how highly intelligent the Mayans were. We knew they were intelligent. We knew they were trying to tell us something. We weren't intelligent enough to know how intelligent they were. So we misconstrued the information that they had left behind. You went in 2021? Wow. Very spiritual. All right. Sylvester. He must have left already. Sylvester, I need the name of your thing. Just put Cynthia Anna James so I can highlight it if you're still here. So I don't watch anything by Tyler Perry. Nope. You could. I'm not stopping you. I am way too spiritual for Tyler Perry. I will not watch anything from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry bothers me. He does. Okay, so getting back to the Queen of Christmas, I think Mariah Carey, I'll just do a video on it later. I think she's distracting, helping Nick be distracted from all the hate that he's getting. Remember, that is the mother of his children, and you know mothers of, children, they will either hate them or protect them. And I think she is participating in protecting them because she can create more noise than Nick. But I believe that Nick is in trouble. Oh, thank you. This is the SD account. He's got so much stuff. I like the tanks. But winter's coming for a lot of the East Coast people. This same thing can be in a hoodie or anything like that. The backpacks are amazing. One of the other people that I know, group members, brought a backpack and she traveled with that backpack. She said it was a beautiful back, very sturdy, very well worth the money. So, Cynthia Anna James. Oh, before there were Mayans, the Twa people civilized Mexico. Oh, I gotta look them up. Thank you, sweetie. All right. So I'll do a video later on Mariah Carey, but I believe that she is. Hold on. Do you want the Oh, Sonia, I didn't notice that. Sonia, thank you for the gift. Oh, sweetie, thank you. Oh, I got to tell you, oh my God, there's so much to talk about. There's not enough hours in my morning show to talk about all the things. Because first I got to give you the story you don't know about Tracy. And then we got bullshit and talk. And then we got to talk about Mexico. And then we have to go back to Mexico and talk about the Mayans. It's too much. It's too much. It's not enough minutes in a morning talk show. It's not enough. All right. Sonia, thank you. Thank you for my birthday gift. I do want to tell you guys that I brought a very specific size TV. The Tuars are from Africa? What? Oh my God, when I'm uneducated. I'm so uneducated. What are you talking about? That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. This fucking pisses me off. That does not surprise me. You know why? Because when I did my DNA is in Mexico, right? And I'm like, how does my DNA go to Mexico? Right? The Twas. Because at some point we would mix with the Mexicans, right? My DNA goes to Mexico. It's all over Mexico. But they're not, maybe that's why they couldn't call me an Indian. They wouldn't let me identify with Indian culture. You know, that's a government issue. But my DNA is all over Mexico, Michoacan. It was really nice to see, though. I mean, because they put these little dots in Mexico. They don't tell me I'm Mexican, but I've got all these little dots in every community that my DNA can be found. The Twas? Are they special people? Are they special spiritual people? Because I feel very connected to the Mayans. I just never went there because I'm ignorant, right? So I thought like gang violence was everywhere because in California, the information that we get is gang violence, gang violence, gang violence. And I was just always so afraid. All right, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I have to get to Tulum. I have to. I'm going to get to Tulum. All right, what are we talking about? I was going to look up my phone for something. What queen? What queen? The queen that everybody is abusing? That queen? What queen are we talking about? Miss Tracey, a forest thing that I look forward to and do when I wake up. I tune into Tracey Brown Live. Thank you. What forest thing? Thanks, Jessie. Oh, I just mean because Auntie didn't get on all day yesterday. Okay, you guys are just Dungan tribe? Dungan tribe? I love how educated you guys are. You guys teach me so much. Oh, Duncan tribe. There's a Duncan tribe astrology too? Oh my God, please don't. Oh. The Duncan are an ethnic group indigenous to the Central Plateau region of Mali. That makes so much sense. I'm from Benin and Mali. Oh my God. In West Africa, south of the Niger Bend, near the city of Bandigara. Oh my God, these have to be my people, right? The Dungan believe while some villages have adopted Islam or Christianity, a large percentage of Dogon are animalists who believe in the importance of a synergy between the spiritual world of gods and ancestors and the living world of plants, people, and animals. Oh, I got a new study. Oh, I'm so excited. Mm. Duncan tribe astrology. Was the Sirius star system home to the Duncan tribe? Of course it was. Everybody steals everything from Africa. Of course it was. Oh, wow. I've got so much to learn. I'll be learning this on the new African channel. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. So let me just see Dungan tribe. And, you know, get a clue, everyone. We come from highly intelligent people. We actually taught the Romans how to be cleaner. because they were nasty, nasty people. And Africa was like, that's why you have so much disease. Clean this way. We taught them how to be clean. Duncan tribe, Mexico. Sacred Sites of the Duncan, World Pilgrimage Tribe Guide. This is so beautiful. This is amazing. You know when something just feels right? Regular exhibitions feature Haitian paintings, sculpture, and voodoo flags, Mexican prints, and paintings. This feels so good. You ever have something just feels so right? This feels so good. But the African ancestry DNA is kind of lying to us. They're not giving us everything that we know, which is why I need to do African ancestry. They're much more expensive, but their DNA will tell you what tribes you're from. All right. I thank you, Trace. You're actually from east of the DRC and Rwanda because you're very intelligent. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm Haitian, by the way. So if I'm Haitian, then I have to be strongly mixed with Nigerian then, because I think the big population from Haiti came from Nigeria. But I have Nigerian, Mali, and Benin, which is why I love voodoo. Right? It's in my blood, people. It's in my blood. Voodoo was originated in Benin. Yeah. Wow. My husband's Haitian. Is your husband Haitian? Yes. My family is Haitian. And I realized a lot once I got here, a lot of people relocated most likely for work to the Virgin Islands because of the cane plantation here. And the Dutch leaders didn't have time to question people to say, you're an immigrant, get out. They were like, anybody that wants to come, we need help, right? And so that's how we got here. But I believe you weren't allowed to, back then, you weren't allowed to say you're from Haiti, right? Particularly because Haiti had won the war against the French. And if you announced that you were from Haiti, I know this now after relocating, then you had the ability to revolt against any other plantation owner because Haitians had done it. They revolted, they won, and it was the one thing that scared everyone in the world that had slaves. So they kept it a secret. So I did not find out I was Haitian until I was in my 20s. But if you look at my features, especially the features of some of my cousins, very strong Haitian, Nigerian facial structures. Very, very strong. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Jamaicans are from Ghana? my goodness. Yes. I have a little percentage of Ghanaian in me. Just a little. So much, so nice. But I also don't believe the ancestry anymore because they wrote me a letter and they're like, oh, by the way, we decided to change your DNA. And they go, it's still the same. How, motherfucker? How's it still the same? But we changed it. And then they tried to take out my Mexican thing, which was sad. And then they rose up more Nigerian than Benin. And it's like, who the fuck are you? What you said originally is who I am. How do you get to change it? It doesn't matter. They're corrupt. Yeah, I have Indian in me too. What do you call it? Taino. Taino Indian is. And my granddad looked like a Taino. My mom looked like a Taino. Yes. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't trust ancestry either. All right, guys, I'm not doing my job. You guys like to talk. I know I'm blaming you when I know damn well I like to talk. But I don't feel like reading it. Monkeypox. Okay, let's read a little bit. I am your official YouTube correspondent for CNN. No one asked me to do this job, so it's unofficial. Right? So, August 18th, Trump, monkeypox, Ukraine, electric vehicles, Kabul. Trump, former President Trump is considering releasing surveillance footage of FBI agents searching his Mar-a-Lago residence. Guys, let's be clear about this. I want you all to be really smart, especially if you're African American. I know I have a lot of white people watching me. I love you. I want my white people to stop being influenced by this guy, please. I want my black people to not get into conversations about Trump. There is going to be a civil war. The civil war is going to be against each other. Remember when they used to say black on black crime? Wait. Remember when they used to say angry black woman? Wait. Didn't angry Karens come along? Angry white women, right? It's always projection. Always. Whatever they see in us, it's them first, right? So now, it's going to be a civil war. We're not involved. We're not involved. Let them duke it out. Mind your fucking business. Shush it. Shush it. Don't say shit at work. Don't say shit in the airport. Shush it. Read your newspapers and your CNNs and your MSNBCs and your ABC Lives and just go, These people are crazy. These people are crazy. They believe in this shit. This is the war when we first had the Civil War. It's back. Stay out this shit. It is not yours to communicate about, to talk about. Don't talk. Shut the fuck up. If you need something to do, learn about your African ancestry. Be distracted by doing you. Do not do them. It's a lose-lose. They want each other. It's going to be all over again. It's going to be the red states against the blue states. All over again. Isn't that what happened? The East against the South. All over again. They lost. Okay, Bree. Yay! Yay! Anybody who wants a reading with me? There you go. They lost. All right, I'm over it. Monkeypox. And I'm dead serious, guys. You guys know I joke. I have fun. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. And my white counterparts, the real white people, the real white people. You gotta speak up. You have to say, what the fuck are you people doing? You have to speak up. You stay quiet, then you agree. It's just so terrible. All right. Monkeypox. The monkeypox, the monkeypox virus is spreading. 13,000 confirmed cases. So we got monkeypox, we got polio, we got Duncan disease, we got the Metatron version of COVID. We're gonna die. Ukraine, 7 people were killed and 20 others were wounded in a Russian rocket attack on an apartment building. This is an act of intimidation and genocide. However, Russia is suffering heavy losses amongst its own troops in the Ukraine. But the true number of casualties have not been disclosed by Russia because they're assholes. Putin's asshole, not Russians. Russians are really nice people. Your leader is disgusting. All right, electric vehicles. Electric vehicles. Buyers of electric vehicles may become eligible for a significant tax credit once again due to the newly signed Inflation Reduction Act. The previous tax credit offered $7,500 for new electric vehicle buyers until their automaker hits a $200,000 limit in tax credits. Now automakers no longer have a $200,000 limit. But in order to be eligible for as much as $7,500, the vehicles and many of the counterparts must be assembled in North America. Oh, that's interesting. Cars are going to be made in America again. Woohoo. Should have never left. The new law, which fully takes effect on January 1st, also imposes new restrictions on the price of the vehicles. That's the only thing. If you're offering me $7,500 credit, how expensive is this $50,000 vehicle going to be? Can I afford it? By the way, you know what's going to happen in third world countries like the Caribbean? We're going to get your fucked up cars. We can't put electrical shit anyway. We can barely maintain the electricity in our homes. These companies, so we're just going to get your fucked up gas cars. Trust me, I already know it. We won't be going electric until the year 3000. Trust me. And then Kabul. An explosion erupted inside a mosque during evening prayers in Kabul, Afghanistan, killing 21 people, injuring 33. The explosion, which injured several children, took place north of the capital. Officials do not know who was responsible or the motivation behind the blast. Afghanistan is, to me, trying to restructure, but I guess they can't. Remember, we pulled out of Afghanistan. Not that we should have been there for 20 years, and then all of a sudden we just leave. But okay, so Priscilla Presley, who married the king of rock and roll, according to CNN, but do not believe that Elvis is the king of rock and roll. Like, fuck that. Elvis stole from most of our black counterparts. Was joined by 30,000 fans. It's not a lot for his birthday, anniversary of his death. So let me tell you, I kind of knew the Elvis movie wasn't going to do well. Nope. Who's the blind one? That's Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles. There's this whole thing where Ray Charles does an interview, and he was very honest. And he was like, I don't revere Elvis. Elvis stole from us. It was a really good interview, and he did not hold back. And the movie didn't do well. Why are you surprised that the movie didn't do well? Like, why are you still trying to gaslight the world? We're about to die. You can't gaslight us anymore. Elvis stole from Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Exactly. Some of them called the police. Yeah, justice for all. That's not what I'm talking about. When I talk about the Civil War. No. Listen, if your child is having a tantrum at the beach, then does he have emotional issues? Right? I would rather see you call the ambulance yourself rather than have people around you look at your mothering skills. I would rather say, he's having a meltdown. I have to call an ambulance. And that gets you out of trouble, right? But no, I don't believe that what you're saying, right? That's very personal, one, but that's not a global thing when I say stay out the Civil War, which is what I think you might be referencing to. I'm saying stay out this civil complaint that they have against each other, right? And that you, Justice, and any other minority person, raise your vibration away from this. The only way to raise your vibration is to be more spiritual and study spiritual things. Just don't get in this mess. Also, I'm not a fan of saying they are out to get us. That's an ideology that we got caught in this vortex since the 70s, right? We have to not allow ourselves to get caught up where they could call CPS on us. Now, I can guarantee that if your son had a temper tantrum in public, he's done it before. That means you don't take him in public, right? That means you sacrifice your whole life and you have to be like, baby, I would love to take you to the beach, but you don't act right. So we are never going to the beach. Do you understand? Elvis story, Roy Hamilton. Yeah, I know about Roy Hamilton. Yeah. Do you know that? Okay, you guys don't know these things. Listen to me. If you listen to Roy Hamilton, the intonation in his voice, Elvis stole the whole intonation of his style from his voice. From his voice box, Elvis stole that. Right? Okay, we're talking about a lot of things. So, thank you. Raise our vibes, vibe to the next level, and breathe. And never let them take you down. Trust me, I've been a single parent. And I waited for my husband to try and take me down. And I've had to sacrifice my whole life, right? I couldn't have, I couldn't go out partying. I could not go out partying. I could not, there's so many things I couldn't do. But I don't regret it. I don't regret anything I've done in my life, even if it meant hibernating for years at a time, because I was raising my son. And I didn't want my ex-husband to steal my son, because he was always waiting to pounce. And one day we went to court, the story of Tracey, and his girlfriend was in the court. He later married her, and he's still married to her, and I love her because she helped raise my son. But the judge was like, who is she? And he's like, my ex, that's my soon-to-be wife. Trying to make me jealous, but I didn't have a jealous bone in my body. I wanted him to be happy. I just wanted him to get the fuck away from me. And the judge was like, get out. And I was like, And then my ex-husband was like, Your Honor, I'm about to be married. I'm about to be in a stable relationship. Bullshit. And the judge was like, aren't you still married to her? Because because the divorce took 7 years. She's like, are you still married to her? And he's like, yes, Your Honor, but I'm in the divorce. She goes, we don't look at that. You're still married to her. He tried everything. Everything. Never worked. You know why it never worked? You know what the judge said? She's not on drugs. She's not a prostitute. And I mean this because this is my error. Why do you want to take this baby from her if not for just revenge? She's like, no one cares that you're getting married. Get married. It was so funny. Who cares? And then one time, he comes home. I was in Chicago. I was living in Chicago. Oh, that's why it was. I relocated to Chicago, and I was working for the airlines. I could fly for free. So the stupid judge, stupid bitch, gave an order that I had to send my son back by plane, but I was working, so I couldn't. So I did it twice. I let my son travel by himself at 7 years old. So stupid. To adhere to the order, right? And then so I let my son go on a company minor, and I let him come back on a company minor. When I got back, we hadn't celebrated Christmas yet because he spent Christmas with his dad. And we get back, I'm so excited to see my little baby that I took him shopping, right? So we went to the department stores, and I was like, oh, get what you want, and we celebrated Christmas differently. We've never celebrated Christmas that way. We actually just went and brought the toys. And then after we get home that day, because we went shopping the next day, after we get home, my son puts out a letter that I think, I'm a little confused, but I think my son wrote it in his handwriting. And the letter literally said, Mom, I want to go live with my dad. Because my son handed it to me. After I brought all these toys, I would have just sent him back on the plane. Had I known what I know today, should have just sent him back. And I looked at the letter and I was like, who wrote this? And my son was very clear. He said, I did. And I said, can I ask you something, sweetie? Did you write this? Or were you spoken on how to write this? And he's like, well, Daddy told me what to say, and he helped me. And I was like, oh my God. I said, Pop, I believe that these are your words. I do. I believe that it's not your soul. I believe these are your words. I believe it's not your soul. I think your soul is being triggered to believe these words. So, you're being influenced by your dad. And I just told him the truth. I said, the only reason why your dad wants you back is because he pays really good child support. I just had to tell him the truth. He pays really good child support. He doesn't want to pay the child support because he wants the money for, his daughter and his stepson. And if you're over there, then he gets to keep all the money in his pocket. But I promise you, he's never going to spend the money on you. At least I do take the child support and spend it on you, right? We buy food, we buy toys, I pay rent with it so you could have a nice place to live. Why am I telling you guys? Good for that judge, right? Why am I telling you? Because you don't know the story of Tracey. In any case, I say that to say, going back, I know how I got there. Going back to just some, hi Ryan. I keep telling my mom she's from the island. We have no clue what we are. Oh, girl, please do an ancestry test. I say that to, it wasn't you, just us for all. Like, don't say that they are trying to take us down, because that doesn't leave you with your own personal responsibility. You have to also know your own child. You know your child acts out. That ain't the first time your child acted out. You can't act like a victim when your child acts out. That child never goes to the beach. Not with me. Oh, hell no. Mama, I just want to go to the beach. When you learn to act right. Y'all hear me talk to my sister all day. Sis, I just want this. Well, when you fix your attitude and you're a nice girl, then we can consider. I don't promise her shit. We can consider, but it has to be, a good girl has to be consistent. Y'all see how I treat her? Oh, no, I got video of this shit where I'm like, Tracy, I need this from you. Sis, she doesn't call me Tracy. Sis, I need this. I need a dog. I need pants. I need this, that, and the third. She is well taken care of. But I always take advantage of it, and I always go, well, I don't know, sweetie. You got a bad attitude, and everybody keeps complaining. So everybody keeps complaining. How can I just take care of you? How can I give you what you want? She gets everything that she wants. She doesn't see it that way. So I say that to say just us. When I'm talking, oh no, I'm here, guys. What I'm talking about is taking personal responsibility. Take some personal responsibility in what went wrong. Don't blame the others. I'm saying they're going to be fighting each other. You all, minorities, stay out of it. Stay out of it. This is their civil war. Stay out of it. And the rhetoric of they did this to us, no. Find your personal responsibility on why things are wrong and get some help. So when CPS knocked on my door, I would have been like, yes, I'm having a problem. Can he get some help? And by the way, come help me. So if that means you've got to monitor for the next 15 years, fuck it, monitor me. This kid is out of control. I'm just saying, there's a way to handle all that shit. If CPS want to get involved, fuck it, let CPS get involved. Get me my personal counseling, parenting classes, get him some counseling. Let's work together, CPS. They did that with my son, the story of Tracy. My son every day was having insubordinate issues in middle school. Every fucking day. I go to pick him up and they're like, oh, the principal needs to see you. Every day? So one day I looked at the principal and I said, you know what? I think my son just likes to be in the class with the bad kids. And she kind of just shrugged her shoulders. She's like, yeah. I was like, I'm just going to bring him every day. And she was like, you're defeating the purpose. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not defeating the purpose. If this is what he fucking likes, he's going to be with the bad kids every day. He'll be here at 7:30 every day I will drop him off. You will let him in. Because you and I are not doing this every day. Like, you don't get to hold this shit over my head. Miss Brown, we need to talk to you. No, you want to act like I got bad parenting skills? Let me fix that for you. Since you think you're better and you think you can handle my child, I'm bringing him every single morning with the bad kids. I forgot what it was called. Detention. He had morning detention. I'm bringing him. And I did that. It was so much fun. I had to be at work anyway. What the fuck did I care? It just meant I had more time to go get some coffee before work. What the fuck do I care? Baby, get up. Gotta go to detention. Ask him. Fucking work with CPS. Fuck everybody. Can't fix me. He was asking for it. No. And all I could think was the Breakfast Club. The whole time this kid was in middle school, all I could think was the Breakfast Club. And I was like, it must be fun in detention. So if that's something he needs to get out his system, let him hang with the bad kids for a half an hour. He gets it out of his system, then he could be a good student. Jordan Middle School in Burbank. Don't fuck with me. I'm not that parent. No, I need freedom for my crazy ass kid anyway. So I was like, I'm gonna bring him every day. She was so hurt. She was like, Miss Brown, I wasn't Miss Brown back in the day. It was Miss Hearn. Miss Hearn, that is not what we're trying to discuss. Oh, you're not? That is not what you're trying to discuss? I just changed the game on you. You don't get to call me every day and tell me how insubordinate. And let me tell you, it was a stupid, why are we going on and on? It was the stupidest shit my son used to do. Fruit roll-ups. He used to put fruit roll-ups on his head like a headband. They didn't like that. They didn't like certain teams, certain Jersey teams, because it meant they were gang members. What? He would teach everyone how to dance by touching their butt. You know when he used to do the hip thing? He would have the whole school at lunch hour dancing. They didn't like that. You know what they did? They even got a cop to monitor after school. They never had that until my son came. And when you drive up to the school, it's a slow drive, right? So all the way down the block, every parent just inching along to pick up their kid. I get to my kid, the front lawn, everybody's full on footloose. Everybody. The principal is looking at my son like this. And the security guard was looking at, I said, motherfucker, y'all go ahead and touch that kid. I watched my son act the fucking clown. The whole lawn, they were dancing to no motherfucking music. Swear to fucking God. And the principal wanted to ream my child. And I was like, okay, bitch. I'm watching you. And I watched long enough to know that they couldn't do anything with him. And then I was like, Brian, let's go. And then he gets in the car. And I'm not a good mom anyway. He gets in the car. And I was like, is that what you do every day? And he was like, yeah, Mom. And I cracked up laughing. I was a terrible mom. I cracked up laughing. I was like, that was really funny. That's why they're upset with you every day? He's like, yeah. Oh, Tanisha, they love special needs classes for minorities and ADHD. They tried that ADHD shit with my son, too. I remember a teacher tried putting my child on ADHD meds, and the doctor told her to learn how to teach. My son was 6. My son was around the same age. You're going to ADHD my child. First of all, it takes a whole series of diagnoses. They were trying to take Black boys, especially. Was this a boy? They were, yeah, my son. They were trying to make black boys, because they were trying to put them in special needs. Because if you told them he was on ADHD meds, there was a way back in the day where they could minister the meds if they were on meds. And they tried that shit with me. Because I think he did have ADHD. But they wanted to administer the meds, and I was like, fuck that. So I gave it in the morning, and then I gave it when he got home from school, because I think he needed it twice a day. It took me a minute to figure out that the ADHD meds, it did make him calmer, but it also changed his personality. And I didn't like someone changing my son's personality. Like, I didn't know what he was going to be, but I had to learn to deal with who he was, even if it was a lot for me, right? And to be honest with you guys, that's why he got into acting. He was just too much for normal society. But if you get into acting, all them motherfucking kids are on ADHD meds. They're all wired. So he was in his normal environment. So I had to pull him out of a system that wanted to grade my black kid. In any case, listen, anything you tell me, I've already been through it, Justice. But take responsibility for mothering. And in no way should you have taken that kid to the beach if you know he acts the fuck up. No way. Now that CPS is at your door, call CPS back and tell CPS, yes, get him some training, some therapy, and I need some training too. You just need a break. It's okay if somebody watches your mothering. Trust and believe. It's okay. I'd rather have somebody watch my mothering and tell me what a great mother I am ultimately than to have someone call CPS on me. Yeah, that's what it was. He was actually highly intelligent and very bored, so he would act out. Right, that's exactly what it was. Oh, isn't that interesting? Then that's part of the game, right? Special needs teachers are paid more? Hmm, interesting. Yes, absolutely. Celista says, you know what when I started looking at the system, it's not always the child. No, especially for black boys. For black boys, they are meant to look like problems. And they do that early on to them because they think the parents are too ignorant, and they make you believe that the teachers are superior. Bullshit when it comes to black culture. Bullshit. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But I would also have to say, Carmen, if you're in that position, I would also have to say, what lens are you looking through, right? Are you looking through white lens? Are you looking through white, educated lens in terms of how you see black boys, particularly? Black girls tend to come across much more passive, and so they get over. Black boys are much more extroverted, and they should be allowed to be extroverted, right? Because that's a cultural thing. For us, it's a cultural thing. It is not a bad thing. So I would have to say, for you, if you're in that position, watch the real reason why you're calling CPS, right? Watch your inner soul. Watch, like, have a conversation with the mother as to what she's going through. Have more sympathy before you record CPS to someone's home. And I hear you. It opens up to services. I hear you. I get you. But if you don't understand black culture, then you might be a white problem. Well, again, I'm not denying clinical lenses and trauma. I'm not denying your critical thinking. I'm adding that's what I'm adding. That is your critical lens based upon white eyes. Because what you all are not noticing, Carmen, is that white kids are traumatized. No one looks at those kids. They get to be 16 years old and they will shoot up a whole school. So you all miss that as you all are focusing on the clinical lenses on Black culture. That's all I'm saying. I know you're not white, Carmen. I know. It's not the point. I said white lenses. You don't have to be white to have white lenses. Educators have white lenses. Understand? See, Black people know what I'm talking about. Carmen, I know you're not white. It doesn't mean your eyes, your educated eyes are white. Could be operating whiteness. That's how the system is set up. The system is set up for white. Are we clear? I know you're concerned. Thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. As a pharmacist, as a pharmacy technician, I feel there are too many kids on ADHD meds. Oh, God, that's why. The teachers are the ones who tell the parent that the kid needs the meds. They want the kids to be zombies at school. If you're a zombie at school, you're not creative. You can't be an inventor. So, white children are off the chain, misbehave more, but it's tolerated. And that's what I'm talking about. And there's trauma in those households. But of course, because the white education system, the white lens, excuses their behavior, that by the time they get to be 16, those kids are nuts. I'm just saying. So I'm asking you, Carmen, since we're having an open conversation, be careful on how many people, I would look at myself, how many people in a school year's time you have referred CPS to. Because there might be something wrong with that. And that means you have to look at you. And do you need to follow a system under white lenses? Look at the mother, white kids. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and that was the other thing. Okay, I was going to bring that up too. That was the other thing. If we don't have enough, and this is up to Black people, right? It's up to Black people to get in parts of society that's important. So there was a nurse, they were trading off systems, right? Doing the 7 o'clock reporting. And the nurse that was leaving and the day shift was coming on, she goes, I have to put in a psych ward. This is a part of the communication the two nurses are having. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting a psych patient. And she goes, what is she doing? She goes, she keeps patting her head like that. And the nurse was like, is she Black? And the other nurse goes, yeah. How did you know? And she goes, she probably has a weave in or braids in. And it's so tight that it's a thing that we do. We pat ourselves. And we, like, it's a Black thing. And the nurse goes, oh my goodness. So the psych consult was canceled because there was someone there in the community that knew Black care, right? And that's what I'm saying to you, Carmen. I know you're not white. Do you have Black care in you? Because if you're quick to order CPS, that's through white lenses that you have been trained to look at Black kids as if we are a problem, particularly boys. Oh no, it's a true story. So it's important. And then even the hospital where I got the EpiPen from. Other than my gynecologist, who was black, which was 30 some odd years ago, I had not seen a black doctor in my personal care. My doctors were mostly Asian, to be honest with you. I don't know why. I'm very drawn to the Asian. Every doctor has always been Asian. It's really weird. But I don't mind it. It's not, I'm not saying, I just recognize. But then I went to a whole system in, it was close to Compton, right? The end of Los Angeles, close to Compton. And all the doctors were black. All the interns were black. And so every time somebody would come in, they would be like, hi, I'm, Dr. Black so-and-so. And I'd look at them and I'd go, oh my God, you're so pretty. And then somebody else would come in and they would be like, hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so. And they would be black. And they were women, a lot of women. And the next doctor would come in and I'd be like, oh my God, I just told her how pretty she is. You're pretty too. I love being surrounded by black doctors. And they would laugh. They would be like, uncomfortable laugh. And I'd be like, no, this is my moment. This is my moment with you. Touch me, black doctor, touch me. I love this. I love you for being black. I love you for being educated in the black system. As a black doctor, I love you coming back to the black neighborhood. Thank you. And then for the last 6 years, I only had black doctors. It was nice. And see, when black doctors come, they act black. Like there's a way that we act. So they would be like, hey girl. And I'd be like, hi doctor. It's so cute. All right, I'm over myself. You're speaking truth, Tracy. I know. Working healthcare I've seen many times they don't know us. They don't want to know us. I've been an advocate for patients. Good for you. And I used to tell the docs to stay away from them. You gotta speak up, sweetie. That's why I'm having this conversation even with Carmen, right? I'm not gonna let me believe that you're helping by calling CPS and then telling a parent you get services. I understand those are words that you're taught to use. I get it. I'm not comfortable that calling CPS a lot. I'm not saying you do it a lot. It's by not looking at another way to help a black child. There has to be another way. And I'm not sure the education system cares to invest in another way, but they do it for white kids. And by the way, when things get out of hand for white kids, parents can just move them. They can relocate, put them in another school. Nobody's checking behind them. Black folks can't move anywhere. We're stuck with a whole school system that believes that their child is the worst child. I'm telling you, I know these things. Actually, the norm is not to alert the patient, but instead to blindside them. Yeah, I believe that too. Yeah, you often have to insert yourself into the care of ethnic patients when people don't understand cultural norms. I agree. All right, guys. Oh, Lord, we went 2 hours today. This is unacceptable. We are not doing 2 hours. This is a morning show. This is not Good Morning America, people. This is not Good Morning America. They do 2 hours, and the shit that they fill their stuff up with, shit. I do like the first 20 minutes of Good Morning America. After that, it's bullshit. All right. I love you all. I don't believe that, Carmen. I don't believe that. I believe if you're not reporting, I believe treating black children differently is a norm. That's what I believe. And that's why I've always been an advocate for my child. You know what? One teacher, let me tell you something. I can't end this. My baby was in kindergarten. And one teacher held on to one of my son's drawings until open school night. And she pulled out a drawing. He was in kindergarten, private school. She pulled out a drawing. Was he in private school? I think he was in private school. She pulled out a drawing where he was drawing outside the lines, right? And she said, this isn't normal. And I said, it's not? And she goes, no. And I said, what's normal to you? Because what I see is someone that can't be contained and boxed in, and that has a creative soul. So what I see is that I need to get my child into music and dance and anything that brings out his soul. And she looked at me like this. Don't fuck with me. You can't tell me any old shit, bitch. Meanwhile, my son wound up in a gifted and talented school, ultimately. Fuck out of here. Ass wipes. All right, I gotta go. I love you. Bye. Try to take my son down in kindergarten. I'm one of those parents. All right. I love you guys. I'm done. Thank you, everyone. You guys are amazing. And thank you for all your support in Black Care. Meanwhile, stay out of the Civil War. Elevate. Elevate. Spiritually elevate. That's all you need to do. All right? And we're going to start going to classes together, all of us, to elevate spiritually. This war, it ain't ours. It wasn't ours the first time. It ain't ours now.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.